All right, hello guys. We're going to talk about tip, markup, and tax today. So we're going to talk about the definitions first, and I'm kind of going to give you an outline of what I would do for the proportion if I were to set it up that way, just so that you can see like the words of what it would be. So let's go ahead and look at those. So the tip is the amount you give for a service. You add it onto your bill, so that's a good point to make. So the amount you tip for a service, add to bill. And I guess that was wrong of me. I kind of shouldn't have said the amount you tip. Maybe I should have said the amount you give. And it's something that you give extra when you go to the restaurant. You leave a tip for the service that was provided to you. So the words that I like to use for this one would be on the top, that would be my total with tip. On the bottom is just my total. So that's what they give to me on the bill before I even pay a tip. And then equals, now here, the difference is you're going to put 100 plus the tip percent, all over 100. Now the reason that that makes sense is because you are going to pay all of your total plus an additional amount for a tip. So you're paying 100% plus a percent more, okay? All right, so markup is going to be similar. So markup is usually something that stores use. When you go to the store and you buy something, that's not what they actually, the store, paid for the merchandise that you're buying. But the reason for that is the store has to pay to keep the lights on. They have to pay the employees and all of that. So that's why they charge you more for being able to go into the store and purchase the items. Okay, so the markup is the amount a store marks up the amount a store marks up on an item over what they pay. Okay, so the way that that works on our proportion is I would put total with markup. So that's the total cost maybe the customer is going to pay over the cost to the store. So whatever the store might have paid for the item, okay? And just like tip, so you as a person, you're going to pay 100% of what the store paid, plus you're going to pay the markup percent, okay? All over, of course, 100. Okay, so let's look at the next thing, tax. Okay, so tax is the same. You have to pay taxes. Taxes go towards supporting the schools, fixing the roads, stuff around the community, many other things. So people have to pay taxes in order to better their community. So tax is the amount of money that goes local or state taxes on items you buy. That's kind of a long definition. I'm sure you were able to fit it in yours though. Okay, so let's go ahead, we'll do the same thing as we did on the first two. So on the top, you're going to be your total with tax over just your original total, okay, equals, and then 100% plus tax percent, all over, you guessed it, 100. So those are our definitions of the things that we're going to work with today. So as you see, we are going to be adding those to 100. So it's going to be an amount we're going to pay plus more money that we will be paying. The first thing that we should do here, though, I want to just recall what we learned before about discount. So when we did discount, we did some number over 100, whatever amount we were paying. So let's set up the proportion. So it's originally $320, and it's been marked down 20%. So we are paying 80% out of 100, and X is what we're going to find. Now, if you like to use the equation, you could do the equation also. That would look like this. A equals 0.8 times 320. And either way, when you get those, your answer is $256. That's how much your discounted price is. Okay, so let's move on to markup. I will show you both ways, the proportion and the equation, just like I did before. So an item purchased by a store was purchased for $50. So the store paid $50 for it, and they marked it up 40%. How much can you buy this item for? Okay, so if I use the proportion, we know that the store paid $50 and the markup is 40%. So you're paying 140%. You're paying the 100% that the store paid, and then you're paying the 40% extra to keep the lights on and pay the people. And you'll put 100 on the bottom, and you can put X there. So we'll go ahead and we'll cross multiply and solve. It's going to be 100X equals 7,000, and X equals, so you're paying $70. Now I want to go over the equation with it just in case you like that, which is fine. It's going to look a little bit different than what you knew previously, because remember, so you're paying that 140%, so you move the decimal over 2 spots. So in place of our percent decimal, it's going to be 1.40. So 50, hold on, I forgot that's in our of spot. So X equals 1.4 times 50, okay? Then you get X equals $70, okay? So you'd get the same thing, and you can use whichever method you'd like. It's your choice. Let's go on to the second problem. Okay, so we're going to do the second problem. We're going to set up the proportion, but I'm also going to do this with an equation. So an item is purchased by a store for $120, and it's marked up 35%. So we're going to go ahead and put that into a proportion. So the store bought it for $120. You're paying 135%. You're paying 100% of what the store paid plus an additional 35% to keep the lights on. And you're going to put X there. So you'll cross multiply 19,800 equals 100X. And you will divide by 100 on both sides, and you get $198 for that item, okay? But if you wanted to put it into a proportion or a equation, which you can, A equals 1.65 times 120, and you would get that the cost would be $198. So you'd still get the same answer. All right, let's look at the second one. I want you to give it a try, and then I will also do it, and we'll see if our answers are the same. So what I got was $36.25. I'm hoping that you got the same thing. And on you can look at either one, the proportion or the equation. I still got the same answer. All right, so let's try to do the same thing for number 4. Go ahead and work on that problem, and we can check it together. Okay, here's what we got. X equals $231, so we found that it would cost $231 for the item. Let's go ahead and look at the tax. So I will do the first one with you, and then you can try the next one. So again, this is just adding on to that 100%. So here we are. Your total cost before tax was $75. So that was before the tax, and the tax is 7.5%. So the total cost was $75 before the tax. When you added the tax on, that's 107.5% over the 100, and you have X here, okay? If you wanted to set it up as an equation, A equals 1.075 times 75. We can't cut anything off yet because we don't want to get the wrong answer just because we maybe cut the 5 out or something. So we want to make sure that we keep what we have. Okay, so when I did it with the equation, I got A equals $80 and 625. Now is the point where we can cut something off. So we have to either round up or stay the same based on this number here. So based on that being a 5, we're going to say that the cost is $80.63 because the 5 made the 3 go up. If you cross multiplied, it's going to be 100x equals 8062. So 8062.5 divided by 100. Same thing, but we're going to round up to $80.63. Wonderful. Let's go ahead. You try the next one, and we'll get together and see if our answers are the same. So let's go ahead. Here you have it for number 2 on the tax portion. This is what we have. Your total with tax is $26,040. Okay, let's go ahead and try tip. So again, the same concept with tip, you're adding it on. So your bill at a restaurant was $40. You decide to leave a 25% tip. How much will you pay? I guess the word tip got left out, but you're leaving it. So how much will you pay? $40, that's what the bill was. You're leaving a 25% tip, so that's 125%. It's all of the bill plus your tip over 100, and you have X. If you wanted to set up the equation, A equals 1.25 times 40. Okay, so if I put that in the calculator, A equals $50. Or if I cross multiplied, I would get 5,000 equals 100x, and x is 50. Wonderful. Let's go ahead. You do number 2 on the tip part, and let's see if we get the same answer again. Hopefully we got the same answer, $162. Okay, as you see, the homework is the discount tax and markup, and tip will be included, task cards. Those are on Google Classroom. Now, go ahead and do those on a separate sheet of paper, and also please look, it has discount in there as well. So sometimes you're going to take money away, and sometimes you're going to add money. Make sure you are very, very, very careful. And there's going to be a couple problems where you're going to have to add your tax and add your tip. So make sure you do those like the questions where we did the first discount. So you would do tax first, and you would solve it, and then you would do tip using your new tax amount. Okay? If you have questions about that, please, please, please feel free to email me. But I think you guys will do a fantastic job, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.